Honestly takes after his father.
By my watch, we're 3 minutes behind, and my governor here told me we got to get going. So we'll start out the meeting with a roll call.
Delaware County, Mr. Early.
Present, sir.
Lou Jones.
Yes, sir.
Patrice Delameter.
Here.
Steve Hood.
Couldn't make it.
Couldn't make it, okay. Fulton County, Von Hart, had to work. Jack Farquhar.
Here.
Howard Heim.
Here.
Jill Dunham.
Yep.
Okay. Dunham County, Cindy Dunham working. Joyce Belidi.
Here.
Myself, present. Gary Wicks.
Here.
Okay. Montgomery County, Tom Pasquarelli.
Here, but indisposed.
Peggy Swartz.
Here.
Trish Green. Okay. Otsego County, Sid Chase.
Here.
Rand F is excused. Dr. Marquis is excused. Dana Wygan.
Here.
Rich Kirschman.
Here.
Okay. Harry County, Andy Cuccinello.
Here.
Bill Beavers.
Here.
Mark Zeke.
Present.
Dr. Leinhardt is excused. Sir, we have a quorum, and then some.
Okay. Go with the meeting approval of our last month's minutes. Do we have a motion? Motion's been made. Do we have a second? Motion's been made and seconded to approve the minutes as presented. We have some guests today.
Oh, we got to vote on that.
Oh, yeah. Everyone voted in favor?
Aye.
Any
Vote
opposed or
aye.
abstained? Thank you.
All right.
All right.
All
Now
right.
we'll go with our guests.
All right, with our guests, we have Deb Cuffs and Howard Youth from those educational facilities. Welcome. Mary Ramo from, is that an educational facility Mary's from? I'm not sure.
Dark side.
Okay. Beth McGowan
She's coming.
from CMT, and Tony Agresta from the Amsterdam Fire Department. Did I leave anybody out? Okay. Welcome.
Okay. Very good. Okay, correspondence. Are we going to get a copy of correspondence? A chance to look through that. I don't have a report. We'll read the secretary report.
Okay. More about this from Joyce, but the Cardiac Teaching Day was successfully presented on November 2nd here at the Holiday Inn. 30 certificates were awarded. The post-session written evaluations were very positive. And
They should
we
be going
expressed
around
our-
somewhere.
I'm sorry?
They should be going around.
Yeah, they made the round.
Okay.
There. The appreciation was expressed to Howard Youth and Sheen McGoffney for their presentations. They're very, very nice job. On November the 4th, we were advised by the Department of Health that the official title of the Grand Gorge Agency was being changed from Grand Gorge Host Company No. 1 to Grand Gorge Fire District. I just want you to be aware of that. On November 20th, we were advised of a conference call to be conducted on December the 5th from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, addressing possible restructuring of the Article 30 of the Public Health Law. Lou and myself will be participating in that conference call.
Who's hosting the call?
Aaron Hammond, who's the EMS liaison for the Health Department. That date was December the 5th. December the 5th from 10 a.m. to 12 noon.
Yep.
Now I have a request that I normally could not make because of financial problems, but we currently we're okay, as you'll see in a minute. Our current office copier is a Canon 330S image runner. It's experiencing problems because of its age. Now, a number of us can relate to that. Repair parts are no longer made. Happily, they're made for people pretty much, but depending on the part you're talking about. Anyway, we put this into service on November 22nd of the year 2000, so it really doesn't owe us anything, but it doesn't work the way it's supposed to. Our stationary vendor has provided us a quote for a fully reconditioned Canon Image Runner 3025. Comes with a new unit warranty, contains all the features that we have at present, and one more is triple hole punches stuff if you wanted to. Now the purchase price would be $2,156.50 with our old machine taken in trade. It is a great blessing that he will take our old machine. It's only worth $400, but it's a great blessing that he will take it in trade because then I don't have to keep it around for the state to log in inventory. So I'm requesting permission to make that purchase on behalf of the region. We do depend on our copier. The one we have now, we got through a member item grant from Senator Farley back in the year 2000. Unfortunately, the member item grants have long since dried up. Our current machine, prices have come way down. Our current machine, when it was new, cost $7,000. Yeah, and we can get a fully reconditioned, like new one for $2,150, $650. That includes the trade.
Phil, is that an all-in-one?
Yeah, it's all in one.
Scan?
It does not scan. No, it does not scan. I have a scanner that I use. I was thinking maybe like looking at a high-speed scanner. But no, this one does not scan and doesn't fax. It's just a copy. It does what our copier does now, plus the one extra feature of the 3-hole punch.
Could you use those other capabilities?
I'm sorry.
Could you use a scanner and a fax?
Actually, no. I got a fax machine in my office, and I have a flatbed scanner. I'm going to try to look into a speedier one, but I have a flatbed scanner that works pretty good. It works the way it's supposed to, which is not ultra fast, but it does work. But we can. I'm happy to say we can afford the $2,150, $650 as a purchase price for it. And, so therefore, I'm requesting permission to make that purchase and make the trade.
Move that it be granted.
Motion been made, purchase copier,
Second.
second. Any other discussion?
I would just, this is the electronic age. Honestly, how much more is it to get one? I mean, we use our scanner daily. Everything we do is electronic. And it sure is nice to.
The way we're set, it probably would cost. I don't know how much more, but I would guess in the neighborhood of $5,000 to get those bells and whistles on it. He deliberately did not. I asked him on it. He deliberately did not quote on a fax and a scanner. I have a scanner in my office with the computer. See, we don't have a wireless network. We have a wired LAN in our office, and the way it works out with the computer, I've got my scanner and computer together in my little cubicle. That works out great.
It really does. You have to go there and visit the computer.
They just got indoor plumbing a couple of years ago.
No.
I think you want to be able to grow with the times. If this one lasts another 10 or 12 years, you might
By
want
that time,
those
we'll be
things.
back. The way society is going, we'll be back to the horse and buggy days instead of what it is. So.
Okay, we have a motion made and seconded. No further discussion. Call for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed or abstained?
We did not receive any notice of enforcement actions this month. I don't know if that means everybody, once again, I don't know if that means everybody's being good or they haven't been caught yet. That, sir, is my report.
Okay. Oh, we do have 2 more guests that just came in.
Oh, we have Country and Roy Sweet from Broad Alban are here. They're also with the JVAC squad. Welcome.
Okay. Into the treasury report.
Treasurer's report, yes. Treasurer's report of the cash flow and balance sheet was distributed to all members. It's present here. Lou and Howard and Sid received the detailed cash flow balance sheets and register reports, plus copies of the canceled checks, as we do with our as per our auditors agreement. So their report is.
We found everything to be in order.
Now, listen carefully. On October 2nd, we forwarded to Lisa DeLong the council contract deliverables for the period from July 1 through September 30th, with an expense voucher for $1,300.71 for the council and $27,808.95 for the region, for the program, pardon me. On November 4th, we got the check for the council, and November 7th, we got the program agency check. They're paid in full. Savor the moment. That doesn't happen often. So we're currently up to date. Now they assure me, I've heard this before, of course, no offense, but they assure me that the payments are going to be timely now from now on. Okay.
There's all money to save late fees.
Late fees, right? Right. They paid us over $100 in late fees this year alone.
Proof, that's what we need.
Proof, right. Proof of the pudding. That's my report, sir.
Okay, thank you. A motion for the treasury report. Motion been made and seconded
We'll do that second, sir.
to accept the treasury report as presented. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed or abstained?
Joyce and I will abstain as staff members.
Committee reports, program agencies.
Program agency, no, just that thing about the copier was the only thing I had to report.
Training?
Oh,
I don't think there's really a lot to add to what was said before as far as the training day, teaching day. From the evaluations, everybody seemed to really enjoy the day.
A couple of people said they didn't like the lunch. I thought it was wonderful personally, but okay. I'm non-discriminatory when it comes to food.
He'll eat anything, anytime, so. It's just a little aside, but we did put a question in there. There was a suggestion last time. One was about a cardiac and a teaching day, and one was about patients with special needs. I did put a question there. Are you interested in a teaching day on special needs? And the answer was yes, pretty much unanimously. Mary suggested this morning that we could also entertain something that she called Doomsday. You can explain it, Mary.
A lot of people always call asking for CMEs or just continuing education in general on the bad stuff. Art Takis from the State Police does a very nice presentation. Actually, you've seen it on the school shooter scenarios, which is an up-and-coming thing. John Morrissey actually volunteered to either he could do it or either him or Deb Cuffs. He threw Deb under the bus, which I thought was funny. It was right about as I was passing her on the thruway. Do a shock presentation, and the other one is like, there's been a lot of newer members coming into the agencies who are assuming leadership roles, or we could do something where, what form do you fill out when you hit a deer, you know, the stretcher fails, there's an equipment failure, etc. You know, just sort of the doomsday, pick a disaster and go topic, and go to it. Just a thought, and most of the presenters would be at little or no cost to AAREMS. I'm just trying to think along those lines too.
Joyce, did you see that Mountain Lakes is doing a special needs
No, I
CME
didn't
day?
see that.
It's not Mountain Lakes, it is
It's somebody within Mountain Lakes.
CVPH.
It's CVPH.
They
There
do
you
it
go.
every
Oh,
year.
okay.
That might be a resource to go to.
Okay, I think what we'll do is think about the two things, see what your thoughts are. We'll probably discuss that next month at the training meeting. Just give it some thought, and if you have any thoughts on the subject, shoot Cole or me an email and let us know what you think.
Okay, great. I have to, this really come in the treasurer's report or teaching day, but I'll mention it now. When all expenses have been paid for the teaching day, we came out $494.36 in the black. How about that?
Mountain Lakes, I know, does their conference for the purpose of, aside from education for the providers, to pay back a debt to the state.
Was that right?
Yeah.
Fortunately, we don't have any of those right now.
We did once.
Right now, huh?
We did once.
Yes. Okay, and also, could I mention, I'll do it under the heading of training. I completely forgot, and he didn't call my attention to it. We have a guest here from Speculator, Lake Pleasant, actually, this afternoon. Ken Kirk is a member of the Speculator Ambulance, and a retired commercial pilot, and very, very active with EMS in the southern part of Hamilton County, and I welcome him on behalf of the membership. And he's so self-effacing. We're very self-effacing up our way, you see. He didn't even mention that I had omitted his name before, so I apologize for that, and he is most welcome.
Okay. Anything else, Joyce?
No, just the simulation, Greg Viss and the simulation team is working its way around the region. I believe it's been active in Delaware, Hamilton, and Montgomery at this point, and I think then going to proceed to the other three counties.
We had an excellent session on November 19th, 2 days ago, 2 evenings ago, on burns and monoxide poisoning. Excellent session. It was well attended. We had 17 people. And at 6:30 in the evening in the wintertime in southern Hamilton County, 17 people is certainly a quorum. Certainly a quorum. And that's by, yeah, sometimes it seems that way.
Okay, thank you. Transportation standards?
Yeah, I'll capsulize it. We've heard nothing further from Sharon Springs, Hancock, or Sydney relative to earlier inquiries. The Racket Lake saga continues. I was speaking with Joe Farrell on the phone yesterday and Dana Jonas, and they advised me that the application is now complete with one little thing. They'd like something in by way of an email from Racket Lake attesting to their financial security. So I sent a letter out, an email to the contact guy at Racket Lake, and I told him we were going to schedule the vote for the Racket Lake Transfer of Operating Authority for our December meeting. So it's officially on for the December meeting. It's a roll call vote. It's only a transfer of operating authority. It's uncontested, and that's where we stand.
Anything from State Council?
The next meeting is January 14th and 15th. That's about all I know. I was going to ask how the controlled substance issue is progressing, but I got information from the REMAC meeting about that, so I guess I won't ask any further.
I have a question for you. This passage of Proposition number 1 and all this stuff about casinos and everything, is there any talk about, is there going to be any dedicated funding for EMS?
I know.
What a revolutionary notion.
I don't know what problems Turning Stone has. Who responds over there? That's good.
No, it's not. Is there any funding?
Funding.
Oh, from the, I get it.
Funding.
Okay.
No, I just wondered.
That's a good thought.
The way it's currently
I
written,
think
I don't
it should be
believe so. I
state.
think it's, well, the state's getting they've not certainly, they've not said anything about the municipalities in which are involved. The counties in the regions are going to benefit, so I would imagine if you have, contractual obligations to those counties, that may boost their revenue source a little bit, which may trickle down.
Okay, regional program update.
Nothing about the directors meeting, but a quick note. Martha Galkey from EMS for Children, Department of Health, sent out a random survey, a randomly selected agency survey to be completed online and transferred back to her about pediatric inventory, I believe it is, of pediatric equipment on board various agencies that were randomly selected. And a number of agencies in our region that were selected have not yet responded to Martha's request, so she has requested in turn that I call this to their attention, which I will attempt to do by email contact and so forth. I was going to give Steve Hood a list, but let me just read off the agency names who she hasn't gotten a completed survey back from. We have Bovina, Cherry Valley, Cooperstown Medical Transport, Grand Gorge, Indian Lake, Masonville, Merrydale, Northampton, Otsego, Skenevis, Sharon Springs, Sydney, Summit, and Wells. So if you would care to reach out to any of those agencies, I will certainly reach out to a bunch of them, hopefully tomorrow, if definitely Monday, if not tomorrow. Just reminding them to please complete the survey online and send it back. There's a link that she has sent to each of them. They can link right into the survey. It's a nationwide thing, and she's obligated to. I suppose there's some grant funds involved, but she's obligated to get an 80% return. So far, statewide, she's gotten a 23% return. Got a ways to go yet.
Okay, any other program update?
I do those.
REMAC report?
REMAC report, this morning we approved, I'll have to give a report in lieu of any of the doctors being here. We approved Pittsfield glucometer program, the Hageman glucometer program. We approved Pittsfield for EMT albuterol. Had a lengthy discussion on protocols. And we met for an executive session, which was mainly informational. And that's about it. Anybody else have any comment? Mark, if you have any comment, we spoke at considerable length about protocols and the difficulty of securing medical directors for agencies. I don't know that we arrived at any conclusions. You certainly stated the problem.
Well, it's certainly an issue that's unique to this region, let me put it that way. And as I said earlier, apparently there was an open book test for online physicians in the Hudson Valley, and most of them did not do very well on open book tests. So there's an issue that needs to be discussed at the CMAC level. I think that there needs to be some efforts, some outreach to physicians to become more involved and participate better and more knowledgeable about the protocols.
Yeah.
In the past 2 weeks, I've had comments from agencies, small volunteer agencies in the region, who have stated that they really feel that we should mandate a doctor to serve as their medical director. And I find it hard to respond to such a request because it sort of beggars common sense. You can't make somebody do something of that nature. It's not part and parcel of their medical education or their medical credentialing.
Right.
It's difficult.
Regional council doesn't have any authority in law to do that.
Right.
Okay, thank you. County report, Hamilton?
We're doing well. 2 EMT classes going. We started out with 15 as speculator. We lost one. I guess we scared him. He joined the Army.
He thought that was better.
I thought it was easier.
Other than that, the other 15 are doing well. We've got 28 in Blue Mountain Lake class. Combined, original combined with some research. And they're all hanging in there. Nobody joined the Army up there. They don't know what the Army is.
They have their own.
I've had a little bit of information come in. Talking about doomsday. They're planning an event at the Wells High School sometime in the near future with a SWAT team and an event, school shooting, all that kind of stuff. It's in the workings right now, and the programming, the planning, and how they're going to go about it. They don't want to scare anybody like they did down at Albany at the mall. And so it's going to take a little time to get it going, but I think it's going to be very interesting. We had the SWAT team come to the Lake Pleasant School and did a presentation for us. And they put a few people on the spot. One of them was our superintendent of schools. And he didn't receive that very well, I guess. But anyways, when you have to evacuate the school and you don't know whether the windows work or not, it's a good idea to probably check them. But this is all going to take place hopefully in the near future and not too cold a weather where the kids are going to be exposed to the weather. We're working on busing routes and closing highways and doing all the things that you got to do. I'm sure air support's going to be involved with it. So when it all comes together, I'll let you all know. You can come and watch it.
Can I just offer a word of caution with this? I've participated in a couple of these in various areas. Be careful with the kids' involvement, because kids these days have a difficulty differentiating what is real and what is simulated.
Yeah, it's going to be an exercise apparently, where the parents are going to be involved before this ever,
Well, the parents thought it was okay. The one particular boy.
Yeah, the kids are going to be
The solution for the issue, because this kid thought everything was real and he was really in danger, was we borrowed a puppy, and that was what broke the kid out of it. That was their creative workaround. But the kid believed that this was real. You just have to be careful if you use elementary aged kids.
Okay, thank you. Makes you kind of think, though. Let's see, do I volunteer for an agency and speculator, or do I volunteer to go to Iraq or Afghanistan? I go to Iraq or Afghanistan. That kind of makes me worry about it.
I would think twice too.
Let us know.
The Army has alcohol.
Okay.
They don't use tasers either. They use the real thing.
That's an angel.
They love trauma.
Don't mind us.
Thank you. Fulton County.
Nothing new.
Okay, Montgomery? Mr. Harry?
We had a Chempak drill last month in conjunction with Delaware and Otsego County. The drill went well, and it showed some of the shortcomings in the plan. The funny part of it was when you go to request the Chempak, you have to have a password over on the other end. The other end didn't know what the password was, so there was an hour delay in getting the Chempak out. You know, it went well otherwise.
Otsego.
Our classes are continuing. One of them tests out tonight, and other than that, it's just business as usual.
Okay, very good. Anything from Delaware?
We're still going strong in all the classes. You know, we have, what, 3 basics, 1 critical care. And my class tests out tonight. Good. We'll see what happens.
Is there any direction as to what's happening with Rich Bell's position?
Well, Rich Bell's going to stay in the county and still teach in the county, still help. Other than that, no.
What was announced at the last Delaware County Advisory meeting was that they were going to encourage the board to make a temporary appointment and then advertise the position.
All right, very good. Any old business for this council? Any new business for this council? If none.
Just a quick thing. We just got state approval, so we're doing a spring EMT and EMT original and refresher. It's on Saturdays 9 to 5. There's both a credit option and a non-credit option, so anybody in the community who wants to take it for free can still do that. We're going to take voucher money for that instead. And we've got the Winter Symposium going on in January, which you guys probably all got the mailing on, but it's just a one-day quick conference, and if you're interested in that, either email me, or it's on our Facebook, or on our college website.
It's on, I believe it's on our website also.
There you go.
Very good. Okay, if no other business, we need a motion for adjournment.
Our next meeting is Thursday, December 21st. Everybody, a happy you shall have, as you say in the military, you shall have a happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Everyone have a safe trip home.
Jill's going to have
Please. Maybe at your house, Jack, with Bruce.
I'll be in.
I have options. It's hard.
December 19th. My mistake, December 19th. Don't come late.